Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back here for another episode of the Grand Line Grinders podcast. I'm Dad Halfbreed here again, of course, with my wonderful co-hosts. It's not Steven and the wonderful Kebby G, who's a soon-to-be father or father of more kids. I think you're a father already, but you're getting is it the second one or the third one? Second one? Well, much congrats. That'll be soon. And today on the podcast, we're mainly going to start talking about OP12 decks. And today's focus is most likely going to be this black-yellow Koala deck, which I've done a lot of testing of. I think it's a really fun deck. It's a really interesting, new, unique deck. I'm not sure whether it's going to be like a top 10 on the sim ranked meta-style deck, but still, me and Steven were talking a little bit before the podcast started, but anyway, how you doing today, Steven?
Yeah, I'm really good. Really good, thanks. Been playing a bit of OP12 here and there, and I do actually think this deck's pretty good at showcasing three of the new cards that we predict are going to be pretty good. Well, Dragon, not so much right now, but maybe it's in the future. But certainly the Kuma and the Nico Robin are cards to look out for. And the leader just overall seems just pretty fun. Like, even if it's not good, at least it's going to be quite a fun leader to have.
Mm-hmm.
So I am looking really forward to OP12. I think it revives a bunch of decks, and most, if not all, the leaders seem pretty strong. So I'm excited for it. How are you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. So, like I said at the beginning, the format of this, we're going to break down the deck list, talk about why these cards are included, and why there are four of, and so like what matches you should be using these cards for. Getting into some gameplay. In the very end, we'll talk about how this deck stacks up, what his bad matchups are, what his good matchups are, and stuff like that. And of course, the link should be down below for Halfbreed's full breakdown analysis of this deck. So when he'll get that to me, and I'll post it in the comment section. Go check out his video as well. And let's go ahead and go right into the deck list itself.
Okay, so I mean, if we want to talk about the Koala deck list, I mean, I guess first we should read the leader one more time. So the leader is a really interesting one where, so the first part is the easy to understand part. Like when your leader attacks your opponent's leader, if you have two or more characters with a cost of 8 or more, you draw one card. So it's just another nice little draw 2 cards a turn leader. But you do have to remember that it only triggers when it attacks leader. So if you use this to attack your character, to attack a character, you don't draw a card. It's important to remember. And then the second half is the part that had everybody like freaking out when the card was first spoiled. It's once per turn. So this effect, we skipped one ahead. There we go. Once per turn, this effect can be activated when your opponent plays a character with a base cost of 8 or more, or when your opponent plays a character using a character's effect. Your opponent adds one card from the top of their life cards to their hand. So it means if they play any big drop, anything that costs 8 or more, they have to lose a life to do so. I mean, add the life to their hand. Or if they play anything with a character. So that's like Luffy Taro, the 4-drop Luffy and Rayleigh. Jinbei's banned, but I'm trying to think of other examples of playing a character.
Vankov's from Bello Betty. Both.
Yep. Ivankov from Bello Betty, the green 2K Mihawk. So anything that lets you play a character without paying a cost for it, it taxes your opponent. And I don't know, it's kind of interesting. When I try and explain this deck to people in very simple terms, it's kind of like if you're fusing Teach with Enel, where you have some life gain effects and some card draw effects. And you have an effect that is tough for your opponent to play around, right? It hinders them from having their normal plays. But there are some decks that can kind of ignore the effect entirely, which is a little unfortunate. There's more decks in the metagame that can kind of ignore this leader than you might think. But just in general, the draw card on attacking is always really nice. And the restriction against some decks makes it so that they just like can't win as well, right? There's some decks that can ignore the leader effect entirely, and there's some decks that feel like they can't win against this leader effect. Like Enel is a big one. Like Enel beating this leader is very, very difficult. But
So
What about your guys' thoughts on the Koala leader here?
So the one thing I want to shout about this leader is I think it did a perfect job of incorporating aspects of yellow and black into this leader.
Mm-hmm.
It's a perfectly well designed incorporating both colors. That's like the first take. Like it has some sort of starving from yellow. It also has a little bit like a trigger-ish type effect where they play something, the trigger happens, they basically take a damage, which is a yellow effect. So like it incorporates black as well with the cost 8 or more, draw a card. That's a little bit more of a black thing. So I like the fact that they perfectly designed this card to both of its colors. But what do you think, Steven?
Yeah, I thought it was a good leader when it was announced. I know there was a lot of hype when it got this announced, quite a long time ago now. I think since then the game's in a very different position than it was when we first kind of saw this card. So a lot of the hype has kind of died down about it. I kind of touched on it briefly before, though. Like, I think it's going to be a pretty fun deck, kind of regardless of what the meta is. Like, even if it's not necessarily the best deck or the most competitive, I think it's going to be a pretty fun one to play. And I'm excited to make a terrible Dressrosa list with the Colosseum for this.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen some people try that as well. Try and like fill your graveyard and do Dressrosa stage plus 7-drop Luffy stuff, which is interesting. But yeah, I mean, Steven mentioned them before, right? Like the real core and heart of this deck are the 3 cards that we put on our top 10 list. And that's Kuma, Nico Robin, and the 8-cost Dragon. And it's like both of the 6-drops help you lead into your 8-drop Dragon, and then your Dragon brings the 6 drops back. And like once you have this loop going of like play a 6-cost to discard a 6-cost to play a Dragon to bring back a 6-cost, then you just like keep looping all these cards over and over again. Once you reach that point, it's very hard to lose. But we are kind of in an aggressive format in OP12, so you don't always make it to that stage in the game. But these 3 cards are so good. I mean, of course, we can't overstate how good Kuma is. It was the number 1 card on all of our lists. 6/7, gains you a life, gets +2 cost for a turn to become an 8 cost for your leader effect. Gains you a life on KO as well, so they can't really kill it. They have to attack into it, or they have to try and ignore it a lot of the time. And if they do, that's punishing because then you just get to keep a 7K. Nico Robin's like one of the most unkillable blockers ever. Gidatsu is like an odd card that I had to make a concession because like I had to try and find a way to make the Rayleigh matchup a little better. There's a whole bunch of different things that I tried in this slot. Like I tried what is it? I tried Damped Punk. I tried the 1-drop Red Hawk event. I tried other Revolutionary Army cards and a whole bunch of stuff, but it's just like you needed one more piece of removal, and ideally a piece of removal that also had counter. And like Gidatsu's kind of what I came up with because it also combos with some of your other cards, like mainly Katakuri. But it is definitely like the flex card in the deck. Yeah. This is one of the best Katakuri decks in a long time. I secretly think Koala and Katakuri kind of go hand in hand. It's so good. It's a removal card. It's an 8 cost. It's very big. When you play this, you get to draw a card. You stabilize. You can use it either to remove their card or gain yourself a life if need be. And this is like one of the great stabilizers for sure. I've been a big fan of Katakuri in this deck, and once it rotates, we're gonna have to look at the deck a little differently again, but still, yeah. X-Drake is another concession, just like trying to beat aggro decks, mainly Rayleigh. Like Rayleigh is one of the toughest matchups for this deck, just full stop, because of how fast they can go really wide. And you're decent at like stopping tall effects because you have nice blockers and a bunch of good 2Ks. But when they go wide, they can really tax you. And this is just a really nice early play to put it down, rest the character, attack into that character, and then they are kind of are forced to attack into your X-Drake. And it's also a 2K, right? You need one more 2K, so this was the best option. because Zeus ended up just not working out. I tried Zeus as well instead, but with a 4-life leader that's a defensive leader, Zeus ended up killing me more often than it killed a character. But yeah, I mean, Steven, have you got to cast Monkey D. Dragon yet?
I haven't. I'm excited to, though.
Yeah, man. I played yesterday with a viewer. We did some OP13 testing matches because the 13 leaders just got added to the sim. And man, this card in Red Black Sabo is kind of nuts. But just in general, like it by itself gives you 2 8 costs to trigger your leader and draw a card. And you just have so many flexible options, right? You can bring back Nico Robin or Kuma or Gadatsu if you want to KO something, or Hack if you need a blocker, or even Karasu if it's like a long, grindy style game. And really, the +4 cost cards really ended up being way better than I expected. And that's Morley and Hack and Karasu. They're just really good to play on curve because it seems like they're really making a concerted effort to have black be a cost raising color rather than a cost reducing color. They're trying to transition black's color identity. And I like this cost raising a lot more because against every matchup other than Zoro, all of these characters are very sticky and very hard to get rid of. You know, Hack is an 8 cost, Morley's an 8 cost, Karasu's 8. Nico Robin's even a 9 cost when it's in play. And it really makes removal very difficult. They have to have very specific removal, right? Either it's the Zoro style removal that targets original cost, or they need Mulgun or whatever. But
or Red Rock.
Yeah, right? It's a really nice, interesting deck of drawing 2 cards off of your effects and having these like sticky, hard to remove creatures that create a lot of value. And man, when you play 3 Nico Robins in a game and your opponent discards 6 cards, you feel like such a villain. It's so great.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what was the kind of, was there a hidden star of the deck, or was it kind of the cards that we thought were going to be the best in the deck? The Kuma, the Robin, the Dragon.
Like I said, the hidden star of the deck for me definitely felt like it was Katakuri, just in terms of how much tempo it gives you and how it's like your big not die button. Because like Dragon to bring back Nico Robin and Kuma are good, but like neither of those really affect the board that much. So if your opponent already has a board, then reanimating the 6 drops doesn't do as much. But yeah, Katakuri really felt like I play this, I get rid of their like really big 5, 6, or 7 cost character. And even in the mirror, it gets rid of everything except Nico Robin, right? Even against a lot of the cost raising cards, like 8 cost is still enough to get rid of most things. And when you use it to gain a life, it feels good too. You can just tuck a searcher into your life or something like that. And yeah, if it wasn't Katakuri, then like my second highest surprising card is actually the Waxing Fist. It's just Rad Beam. It's just Rad Beam. Like, and I'm surprised at how nice it is just to have a 1 cost +4. You do need an 8 cost Revolutionary Army character in play, but that's like everything in your deck, really. It's very hard to not have it be active. And you win so many games off of just holding up 1 and they can't do anything about it.
So what made you decide between this Coma over some other of the plus the cost ones? There's more cost additional ones that would have worked better. What made you pick this one?
Not really. I don't think there's any other cost increasing 2K. It's either this Kuma or there's a Bello Betty that reduces cost, or you can play any other Revolutionary Army. But this was just nice because the trigger does happen sometimes, right? Like you can have it pop out of your life and be an extra attacker and help you finish off games. We just needed a certain number of Revolutionary Army cards to have the Searchers still all hit.
True.
And I think it was the best Revolutionary Army 2K option as of right now. But there's definitely a lot of
You're right. I mean,
a lot
most
of
these
options.
this is the 2K, but I think this and this one's
Yeah.
1K, so
Yeah. The deck really does want to go second because when you play a 4-drop, it's really nice to be able to play a 4-drop and then go to 6, and then you play a 6-drop and you immediately attack and draw a card because both of your 4-drops are 8 costs. And then it just gives you so much more wiggle room because if you go second, then you can have like Hack or Morley followed by Karasu or Kuma or Nico Robin. They're all fine.
yeah.
Like-
I imagine it has to be best. It's definitely better going second. You play Hack. Next turn you play Karasu, put a Dawn onto your Koala attack for 6. At a Luffy, draw a card. It's
Yeah.
pretty good to line. Yeah.
Yeah. Karasu is one of the cards that's like very swingy. Karasu is either like kind of irrelevant or like the best card in your deck, depending on the matchup. There's some matchups where Karasu is like insane and very tough to beat, and there's some matchups where it doesn't do much at all. Like I think Karasu is really strong against green purple, and really it's your best card in the deck against Teach a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because Teach can't get rid of it, and it's your main card that doesn't really have an on-play trigger, or that you're fine with putting into play if you don't get it. Does have an on-play, so you can just put it into play. It's very tough for them to kill as an 8 cost, and any card that Teach loses from their hand means like less late game options that you have to worry about.
Plus less activations. So
Yes,
'Cause
plus
they're-
one less leader activation
'cause
for sure.
They care about keeping their card advantage at equal. So that way they can keep using the ability and spamming the ability of Teach. This just kind of hurts it.
Yeah,
So.
and that card's been really nice and really sticky. You know, obviously, like it doesn't do much against Zoro, and it's kind of weak against Smoker. And there's a lot of decks where it's just a 1K, but against the slower matchups, the hand size matchups, it's so good. Even Purple Luffy as well.
Are you guys ready to dive in some games?
I mean, we can do some matchup talk and then get into some games for sure. It's definitely tough against aggro decks in general. Like your worst matchup, like I said, is Red Rayleigh by far. They just go so wide so fast. And if they go second and they play the 4-drop Luffy that plays another 2-drop from their hand or whatever, you really don't actually want to activate your leader because you're just giving them an extra card in hand that they are going to use as their 5-life leader.
Makes Gadatsu like slightly worse as well, I guess.
Exactly. It means your Gadatsu is like less likely to hit something as well. And they can just spam 1-drops and stuff out faster than you can really come back from. And then of course there's the To Feel No Doubt or whatever. The Rayleigh's Jambe. That card's also a nightmare. The fact that they have access to Diablo Jambe. So even if you just like try and wall up behind Nico Robbins and hacks, it like doesn't work out.
And a lot of red removal is just power base. So like
Mole Gun's a problem for sure. And like the Zoro matchup is better than I expected. It's like it's kind of close to 50-50, honestly. It depends on how things play out. But you actually can block her up enough to survive, and Kuma especially is really good. And the way that you get to keep drawing cards helps a lot. And it is a matchup too where like locking the Zoro deck out of playing 8-drop Mihawk is kind of very strong. Because if you put any pressure on their life total in the early game, then it really disincentivizes them from playing the Mihawk. Because it's like, okay, I gain a blocker, but I lose a life, so I kind of stay at the same spot that I'm at. But if they curve out and you don't have the right cards, it's really, really tough. Yeah. Tashigi on 5 is tough to beat no matter what, but it is like a beatable matchup. But green purple is another matchup that's really tough just because once they stick down the 6-7, your only option is to katakuri it. Because if you can't katakuri the 6-7, they'll just play it and pass, and then you like will die to it the following turn. So I think the two worst matchups for the deck are GP and Rayleigh. But there's a bunch of matchups that are fine, right? Like Teach is fine. Smoker's like a 50-50 as well, especially since it's actually not too difficult for you to just block their smokers with your good cards. Sanji's super winnable. I'm trying to think of what other meta decks you'd have to worry about.
Buggy.
Yeah. Oh, Buggy is easy. Buggy gets punished super hard by your leader effect. They can't play any of their 7s, right? I mean, they can, but if they do, it's super punishing. You can just aggro them down. Like the combination of Nico Robin plus your leader is just often too much for Buggy to keep up with. Like the Nico Robin just blocks everything and rips their hand apart so they can't assemble their combo. They're like their 2-card combos. And it's just too fast, right? Even if they play Buggy down, they just have too many cards in their deck that will cost them to lose a life.
Yeah, I mean, even like the Buggy effect, I don't think works against Hack, right? Because it technically is like a 8-drop, right? So the bootlegger boogie doesn't really work.
Yes. Yep. Bootlegger buggy doesn't work against you. And if they play the bootlegger buggy and play something out, then they're losing a life. I'm trying else to think. Oh, Bonnie's a weird matchup, but that's just a Karasu plus Nico Robin matchup because they will have a million cards in hand, and if you just rip their hand to shreds, it's like super good. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Kuzan has a tough time beating the leader effect as well because they really want to play Garp. And they can play down one Garp exactly. If they play the second one, they will die. There's a bunch of cards I tried in this list too. Like I tried the 10-drop Ace. That card was okay, often a little too risky since being at 1 or 0 is something you want to try and avoid generally.
So what about what about the elephant in the room, the Luffy decks? The other Luffy decks.
Blue
Luffy.
purple is very weird just because they get put to 0 really fast, but you don't have an easy way to close out the game from there. And I still just I'm trying to delete that deck from my memory because I don't believe I don't believe it's gonna stick around.
Well, I was thinking more of even after the ban. I mean, purple black might come back. How does this deck stack?
Yeah,
purple black Luffy.
Your matchup against any 6-7 Jet Gatling Luffy is a little tough just because again, you have precisely one answer to the Jet Gatling Luffy, and it's often correct for whatever the Jet Gatling Luffy deck is for them to just play the 6-7 and then say go rather than attack once with it and then let you attack into it. Because if they do say go with it, there's not much you can do. And yeah, it's really tough.
It's going to be the problem that I think a lot of full life leaders have had that aren't super aggressive. And that the other aggro matchups are generally going to be a little bit tough. And then the big control decks often kind of just have just that little bit more survivability. The only thing in my mind is Kuma, as long as you play it, but it's not every game you're going to have that on 6-star or whatever, to gain that extra life might just be enough to kind of tide it over. But I guess it's going to be kind of wait and see. Because I think that's kind of what's kept a bunch of full life leaders that have been, you read the deck, you read the cards, you read the leader, and you're like, this should be a really good deck. You play it, then you just die sometimes. No matter what kind of full life leader it is, you just, I don't know, maybe it's It's like kind of my just experience, but a lot of 4-life leaders just kind of randomly die.
Yeah.
It's been that way for honestly quite some time in the current meta. The one kind of saving grace that I know that we spoke about is that Kuma, and I do notice there's 8 searches in the deck, so maybe we can get that consistently enough. Then the kind of the top end, the control matchups, we're praying for a good ban list.
Yeah.
I guess probably like the best way of saying it. But I do still think, even when you were saying it like that, the Nico Robin, it is such a good card. Like if you get a good Nico Robin off, I can see this definitely beating a lot of control matchups that are already out there. So I think it's definitely got tools to beat the Aggro stuff. It's got tools to beat the more control decks. The question is going to be the consistency. That's why, like, when I kind of have a look through the deck, and just randomly dying, which is always an issue. But
yeah, you can die to the aggro decks. It's kind of weird where like the deck is good against most control decks, but it currently doesn't have a good way to get rid of 10 drops. So it's like, I guess there's not many of these decks, but if there is a deck that can like, it's kind of weird where it's like, in theory, the deck is weak to 10 drops because you don't have a way to get rid of them, but your opponent can only ever really play like a 10 drop in a game without going to 0 and being under serious threat of just dying to a million pokes. But I do think that the deck does have like a consistent enough early mid game that most control matchups are totally winnable, especially just because like every character in your deck is like indestructible to removal. Like almost all of them are invulnerable to all removal outside of Mulligan and, attacking. Yeah. So any deck that's like, yeah, Lucci cannot beat you. They cannot beat you because Rebecca is locked. You can't play Rebecca. It's too much of a tempo loss. And that's another matchup where like if you play against Lucci, if you go, it doesn't matter if you go first or second, but if you play against Lucci and you put down Karasu, it's like wraps. Like Karasu followed by Nico Robin is like GG. Like Lucci can't beat you ever. You have an 8 cost, a 9 cost with a blocker, and they're guaranteed to discard 4 or 5 cards over the course of the game.
They play Rebecca, Spandy, and Lucci and Leah take a life.
Yeah, I mean, and it's often worse. It's like Rebecca, you're gonna Rebecca and Lucci, but like Rebecca, Lucci, what? There's no Ice Age anymore, right? Like how do you get these characters low enough, right?
Like even if they do get it off, they still need to like take a life because of Koala's effect, and all of a sudden it just sounds not great.
I mean, yeah they would take 1 life, right? Because I mean, when I face Lucci, they always seem to have Laboon followed up by either the Teach or the other one. Jack.
The Teacher, the Jack.
Yeah, so they usually have like Laboon and Jack, which usually then followed by Kuzan. That's all they really need to control your board. That's typically whenever I face them. That happens every game. I'm just like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
You're like pretty good against most of the slower-ish control decks, just in combination of all your characters cost 8 plus you're drawing 2 cards a turn.
Yeah.
So I am curious. So how would this deck stack up when Blue Purple Luffy gets banned, Shanks comes back? Can this deck have a good matchup in Shanks? Because Shanks doesn't care about cost. He cares about Ben Beckman, 6 power, 6K or less. So it operates in a different platform for a mid-range shell.
The Shanks matchup is interesting. I've only played it once, but if you're able to pressure them even just a little bit, it's like kind of in your favor. And again, like the discard cards are so good in that matchup. They do have Ben Beckman to answer Karasu for sure. But oftentimes, like the one game I played against Shanks, I won because I went Nico Robin, Dragon, Nico Robin.
I mean, even Rayleigh could answer Karasu, right? -3 here. That's 3 KO.
Yeah, they can do it with Mulligan or whatever, but I was just talking about Shanks has a really easy answer to Karasu with Ben Beckman, right? They just play Beckman and they trash the 6K body.
I think one advantage of this deck, of course, there's a lot of 6K plus. So Shank's ability minus 1,000 isn't always as stable. You only have 3
Yeah.
5Ks, which kind of get whiffed by his ability. But
Yeah, it's like in theory, you'd be like against Shanks, you are scared of them having like a 10 drop. Because if they play the big 10 drop Shanks then and follow it up with another one, then you're like really kind of screwed. But to do that, they have to be at least at 3 life because they can't just go to 0, right? Like the way the discard effects work in combination with the opponent losing a life often works out really well, where like you might think like, oh, it's fine, I'll just go to 0 and then defend while I'm at 0. But that doesn't work against all the discard effects you have access to. And the 8 searchers that all put cards in your graveyard do really help as well in terms of making sure you activate the dragon and stuff like that. I almost played there's an OP12 Revolutionary Army card. I think it's an Ivankov. It's like a 3/4 blocker on play, mill 3. Like just take the top 3 cards of your library and put them into the trash.
Yep.
And I almost played that instead of Gadatsu, but Gadatsu ended up just being a little bit more flexible against a wider range of matchups. But it can happen that you sometimes don't have enough Revolutionary Army cards for your second dragon, but it almost never happens that you can't play your first dragon to reanimate something. Yeah. The fact that dragon reanimates anything is so nice. Like, you just grab a Karasu, you grab a Gadatsu, you grab Nico Robin, even if it's not Rev Army, and it feels really nice. Yeah, any other questions, thoughts? Yeah, we could
you probably get into one game.
Yeah. 1, maybe 2, depending on how fast it goes.
Yeah, if you forget to face aggro, you can get into 2. All right, so I don't think I really want to wait for the ranked. Is that fine? We just play.
Yeah. Quick join's fine.
I thought of a funny interaction. If
What's
they
that?
play like purple 9-drop Linlin to gain a life, they just end up trashing 1, drawing 1.
Yeah. You do still want to go second. Yeah.
Yeah,
And this is
I
a
picked
key.
second. Looks fine.
Great
to me.
hand.
It means we can
Yeah,
only
you
take
gotta take that. That's the only target. Dragon.
Okay.
There's our buddy.
Go ahead.
Okay. And you can't play anything into the Tashigi. Oh, I do think you try and counter out here. Against, with the hack, I think is fine. You do want to counter out early against Zoro because they will be attacking for 8s and 9s and 10s in the late game, so you got to do something. No, I don't think it's worth playing any 4-drop into Tashigi. So it's probably best to just activate the Searcher and then 5k, 5k.
Play the Koala too? Or no?
No, just swing 5k with Koala, 5k with Leader.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have to actually pressure their life total. The hope is you can do Nico Robin, block with it, have it die, Dragon, Nico Robin again. Do you have 3 Revo cards in your graveyard already? Yeah, way more.
Plenty.
But no Kuma, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, we have not found a Kuma yet.
Okay. He missed Tashigi on a turn, but that's fine.
Surprised he didn't attack here. I guess he's 3, right?
Yeah, he could attack with the Tashigi. I think I don't know. It's close about. I think you can take this one. It's close about countering out though.
I don't have countering here, but
Yeah.
Now
Ooh, awesome.
So
I think we go. Yeah, Robin here pitching. I think Robin pitching Kuma. Honestly.
And he pitches 2 cards, right?
Yup. It's a really tough ask for him here, and then you also get a 5k swing.
Go ahead. So then we get play Dragon, get Bakuma, pitch, probably Koala.
Yeah.
Now he goes at Nico Robin. Okay.
Cavendish is rough as well.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't really know if I want to do a 2K and a 1K. That's too much card disadvantage.
But you don't want to go to 1 either. What else could he do with the 3? Oh, he could restand leader.
Yeah,
I think you're going to have a 2K, 1K.
Yeah.
Probably going to attack here, then restand, and then attack here.
Yeah. You have to 2K, 1K this, yeah.
Koala. Is X-Drake or Kuma
Yeah,
better?
X-Drake.
X-Drake.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. That's so much better
That's
than
fine.
Invincible.
That's fine. Just let it die. Yeah. You're right. That's so much better than the restand event, putting us to 1.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to take that.
Oh.
All right, so now we Dragon.
Yep.
Get back Kuma.
Oh, wait. You have to bottom deck 3 cards first.
True.
Just, the searchers.
And I guess, Searcher.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then now you grab Kuma. If you do it in the opposite, if you click Kuma first, you would have bottom decked the Kuma.
Yes. And then every
And we can get rid of the Karasu, yeah.
hack, right? Or guess
No, Karasu, because you could maybe do double hack next turn.
Okay.
Yeah, and you just go 5K face here.
Yeah. We can't.
Draw a card.
It's
It's one turn too late, but we'll see.
They had Toshiki. Yeah, they had Toshiki anyway.
Oh, that's right. They have the 2K Toshigi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we would have to talk the Tashigi, which is fine. There's a Mihawk.
Okay, they will lose a life here. And they probably have a Paradise Waterfall.
They have 5 Dawn remaining. If I putting 3 here doesn't make a lot of sense because they can't really get at
They're Cavendish to restand. That's the problem.
Yeah, you got to take 1 here. And then we'll see how it goes.
How much does he dump into the next hit?
I guess you could 2K, 1K as well.
I think we 2K, 1K this one.
Yeah.
It'd still be I'm Invincible or something in there.
And then we take this next hit.
Yeah, got 7K. Ooh, they're going 5.
Okay.
That's not too bad then.
That's a counter out, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, with the hack still. Yeah, it's still worth it.
I didn't know if hack.
You might just be Katakuring here to gain a life yourself.
So get rid of the Kuma. Or Koala, I mean. Play it. And get rid of the Koala, gain a life.
Yeah, because you can attack the Koala into a into the Perona.
I don't think we can't counter out of this, do we?
I think so.
I think we do, yeah.
Yeah.
He got greedy, so let's punish him for it.
Yep. This is probably double Paradise Waterfall. Okay. Just
We should attack first.
yeah. Start with the Koala attacking the Perona.
The Perona.
Yeah, just the
one
little
drop
searcher koala at
the
the
little
Perona, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think it is Katakuri, the koala searcher, so that you can attack with your leader and draw a card.
You want to do that before anything else? Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
bottom. You care if it's top or bottom?
Don't care that much, but I guess bottom for now because you could get something better.
Yeah, these probably could be most likely are better than a koala.
Yeah.
So did we attach 2 Dawn, attack Cavendish? 7 at 6. Is that good?
No, I think we're ignoring the board.
We're going nowhere
I
the board.
think it could even just be 5 life with later.
Yeah.
So we see what we draw. Could be the 1-drop event that gives plus 4K.
Ooh, nice.
2K. That's not bad.
2K though.
Okay.
Okay, so 7.
It's either 8K 8K now or 9K 9K.
I think
it's 2-8.
I think it's 7-9, right? Or
No, you want to
It could be 8
force something out.
Because this
Interesting.
being 9 means it's 2K, 2K, and something else. I
But
guess
we swing with 8K Dragon first anyway. And see
Yeah.
what happens.
But like Steven was saying, it might be worth holding up one because maybe we see the event in our life.
you need the 2K, 1K, the 2K, 2K actually. Yeah.
Might just be block 1K and then Paradise Waterfall the next. So that's
Yeah,
maybe
it looked like he had 2 waterfalls or waterfall plus the event.
Takes it.
Okay. Man,
One.
is it 9K here? Or do we play around
No,
Cody
nine-
Jones or do we play around Dead Man's Game or do we play around like Cody Jones / Dead Man's Game or do we play around drawing the Rad Beam?
I think it's just another 8. Like he's gonna block. He's gonna counter this regardless. Like it's not gonna decide the game for swing 9 here.
Yeah.
So we might as well force him to make a decision of what do I do with that active Dawn.
Yeah, because he could be more likely to pitch 2 cards, or he could do this and pitch.
No, he just blocks. He just blocks 1K or
blocks and
whatever.
1K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him having the Cavendish and not having Tashigi on 5 was actually kind of tragic for us. Like the Cavendish provided a lot of aggro and value.
I mean, most green decks, if you get a couple of turns of Cavendish, you're in a very, very solid spot.
Yeah.
So I think it is what
fine,
it is.
8.
But... Yeah.
Yep.
You got a 2K.
Oh, we got a 2K anyway off of the 8K, yeah. I mean, he does kind of like have to kill us here, right? Or play another.
So I think we just pass, right? Don't play Koala.
Yeah, I like pass.
Yeah.
Geez, if he doesn't have a 7 again, do we do 1K, 2K?
Yeah. I mean, I think if he has the restand event, we can't win this turn, or we can't win this game, but we'll see. If he doesn't kill us, we do likely win.
Yeah, I imagine
Still
so.
like
We
a
have
little spooky for him.
3 big bodies here.
Yeah.
But if he does have the restand event, I don't think there's any way. Interesting.
I guess he thought it's free because of Cavendish.
Yeah. Oh,
Interesting. What?
he's trying to bait counter.
But we just hit live if that's the case.
You just let it go, right?
I think you still give a 1K, right? Like,
100%.
yeah.
Give him 1K. They'll probably make him attack it again with Tashigi.
Yeah.
And then do we let that go?
Oh,
There's
9.
in this?
yeah, sure. This can die now. That's fine. Is he going to use his leader to kill your dragon?
I guess then we only have one 8K, but
We hit.
But we still probably, I guess we need another character to
we
draw
have
a card.
10 and most likely, 13?
he
I
most
guess
likely
he is
does
too
still
10
have
and
a
13
Paradise
seems
Waterfall.
good.
But they got 2 blockers now.
Yeah, you have to let it die. Oh, and he still has event as well.
Whoa.
He can leader effect attack it a second time because it's a character that costs more than 7.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Yep.
Let it go.
Yep. But there's still a lot of.
Take.
Yep. Yep.
Another dragon, huh? So we could,
Interesting.
this Tashigi's here. Like we could technically play this, get rid of the blocker, but this would get in.
If we dragon into
They can dragon in a
Nico, do we live?
Oh, the Robert.
we could get another Kuma.
Kuma, I think, is slightly worse, but dragon into Nico does make him discard 2 again.
So that would give us a swing 7 and 8.
Probably just 5K and then 10.
Whoa. Are we, because we need another character to draw a card, right?
Yeah.
I don't even hate playing Koala, but I think it dropped. The problem
Yeah,
with Robin is it's more susceptible to Hody lethal.
true.
So I kind of like Kuma value a little bit more, I guess. I think I prefer Kuma actually.
So do we want to
I'm just worried
read?
about his cards in hand, I guess. But
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's a tough one. I think both players are pretty good.
But are we leading with dragon
yeah,
before attacks?
yeah, definitely that. It's just a
Okay.
question of what we bring back.
So
Do
then
we send 3 back first?
Yep. Yeah, hacking across is fine. You have multiple in your graveyard.
and what do we want? So it's either Robin or it's Cross. It's Robin or Kuma.
Kuma, yeah, we got a cycle to find the Kuma there.
I think I
I think
go
you're,
Kuma.
yeah, I think you're right. Kuma might be the answer.
What card are we pitching?
The Gadatsu, definitely.
Yeah.
And then what? 6K, 9K, or 5K, 10K?
I think there's 5. I don't think 6 does anything.
Yeah, we might draw something here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just another dragon. If we drew an
Tragedy.
event, then it might alter our math.
Yeah. Even
Wow. What?
okay, I wonder if this is actually 10. Nah, it's still just
Yeah.
Paradise Waterfall. It's just block Waterfall. It's
No, 10 doesn't block Waterfall because then you would need block Waterfall one more. 10 is just block with the Koshiro, but still.
it might even just be Aethan.
8. 8
Yeah,
Koala.
bluff.
Yeah, I don't think 8 does. Yeah, I think it's just 8.
8's fine too, yeah. And then do we play the Koala to try and dig for an event or a 2K?
I imagine it has to be better
Yes.
than a 1K.
Yeah.
Well, it's top 4, right? So
Top
it's not,
three.
it's not, yeah, it's
Top
not
3.
guaranteed to like hit, but I don't. 7 cards.
We could hit another counter list, so maybe it's fine to just
I
keep
think
and
it's fine
pass.
to stand. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish we had some kind of like defensive counter card we could rely on getting. Like,
Well, we have 3 mystery cards,
Yeah.
so I think I don't hate the position that we're in, especially considering the Zoro's turns. Like the Zoro's drawn kind of the nuts. I don't think we're in a bad spot whatsoever.
do you counter out of this or do you wait till later?
That would basically take all of our counter. One.
Yeah, but then like he's. I think we take this one.
I mean, this one's probably gonna hit for 7 too. I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do at least.
Ooh, no trigger, no trigger. Huge.
Yeah.
Huge, 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 huge. Oh man, maybe I got to play a third copy of this Waxing Fist somehow because it's so good.
Yeah. I'm not sure what you would cut. Is it
Yeah.
better than this Kuma or?
Oh, he is going to. What?
Is he going board?
I mean, if it's going board, we win the game, but
2K?
Wait, what?
just 2K that one, yeah. That was weird.
Okay. I guess this is what happens when we play free to play or free play.
I mean, there was only 2 Dawn, but like, I still hate it.
He could have definitely rested the 2 Dawn, and then we would have been in a way worse spot.
Yeah.
You should probably go for Dragon. Why
He's just
Kuma?
gonna clear.
Why Kuma?
You could let it die and gain a life. It's fine.
Just let it die.
Yeah, I mean, why not go for the 2 AKs?
Oh.
I might just gonna restand and swing it at one of them, but
Yeah, but you could have got 2 AKs.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
And now you can just Waxing Fist for easy counter out.
So now we have 8, 8, 15. It should be more than enough to
That
get
really
through 2
does.
blockers.
You might even play another blocker or something. So we can.
But I think that's
see.
the right line, right? 8, 8, 15.
I mean, 9, 9, 13 is probably a little bit better, but yeah.
Okay.
It would be like 10, 10, 11.
Yeah.
He's attacking with the Mihawk.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
Don up.
yeah.
So we win the game.
I
Nope.
mean,
The only concern was like a weird Paradise Waterfall, but that's nothing.
I can't do nothing with that. All right, so we
Wait.
attack for
Just
9.
11, 12.
So 3. Now he uses this, and he skips it up.
He had the blocker too. That's weird. Why not just play it?
That's really, really weird.
If he plays the blocker there over his Tashigi, then what? Then we have to actually think about what to do. It's probably like,
Well, it's not. It just, you don't swing with Mihawk and leave 3 blockers up.
yeah, leave 3 blockers up. And then we could just again go Dragon Kuma one more time.
Yeah, that's like good for us to know. But like from his point of view, I think, well, from their point of view, I think you guaranteed don't die. But he messed up by using the event on just resting the characters. You should have won for game 2 turns in a row and decided to do random stuff instead. But
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is a little scary doing like we're at 4 life. He has, 5 swings exactly, but that's if he hits the restand.
100%. Because it didn't have the event, it makes it a little bit more
Yeah,
understandable. Because the
he
last
didn't have
swing
the
was going to
restand.
be into 8 cards, I believe, which is like, that's a little spooky.
Yep.
I didn't see his like smoke or anything. But otherwise, it's such a strong first 4 turns.
Yeah, and then was just a little too scared of going for game and like trying to play the grindy game against this deck is not really a plan you want to do, right? Like,
nah, he was on 0 life for like 3 turns as well, so like he had to leave a bunch of Don and everything up.
Yeah,
he had like a really what was it, like the 5k swing where he done 0 cost event or something else?
Yeah.
I don't know. He had a few weird turns in there. But I like the deck. The dragon is like crazy.
Yeah,
it's so flexible, and the way it instantly allows you to get leader effect draw card as well is so sweet. Where it's like, oh, okay, I play an 8/8 that also plays something else, and it draws me a card. It feels sweet.
So overall, like, I don't think we're going to get into another game, since I think we have to close the stream out pretty quick soon.
Yeah.
So, one thing I want to ask. So, what do you guys think this stacks up when Red Black Sabo comes out? Because like they're both kind of taking pull from like which revolutionary army, which meta is you think Koala is better in, which meta you think Red Black Sabo is. Like what advantages do you think of taking one over the other? Because I mean they're both kind of coming out.
I think they're going to be very different decks.
Yeah.
Because the Sabo cards are still kind of being announced as well, but it looks like they're going to get a decent amount of support.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be a lot more aggro than this deck. It's kind of weird saying that a deck that like forces your opponent to take a life does not feel that aggro, but it was very much kind of like using that to control their hand size and then using your Nico Robin or maybe it's Karasu to kind of mitigate that factor, and then all of a sudden you've got like 6, 7, 8k swings coming out your leader, and you're like, oh, I've only got like 3 cards left. So I think it's going to be different enough where if you enjoy playing this Koala deck, it's not going to be instantly power crept by Sabo. Like, I think there's genuine reason to play this deck over Sabo. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We're still kind of looking at the Sabo cards that are coming out, but that's my initial thought.
That's more what I was getting into. So, like, is this? I'm assuming this deck is probably better into a world where if Anel was top dog, if Bonnie may be top dog. Is there certain metas where you're looking like, okay, I should pivot to Koala over Sabo because it is the better fit, and also we're not even taking into account like maybe a lot of the cards that are getting printed for Sabo actually are going to boost up Koala too. Right? Because if we live in a world of 10 drops, then Koala is very good, right? Like if decks go back to playing a bunch of 10 drops, then Koala is really nice. And they are kind of decks that do like Steven said, different things where like
Koala gets access to both Kuma and Nico Robin, and those are two cards that Sabo both doesn't get to play. But instead, Sabo gets the 4-cost Karasu, and you get the 8-cost Dragon. But one big thing that I found out, again, is like Steven has been proven right yet again. The red Revolutionary Army stage is busto in Sabo. It's really good in Sabo. If you have the stage, the red stage plus the black dragon just like means you have infinite graveyard fuel and you hit dragon guaranteed every time. Like my games against the red black Sabo deck was just like they're going to have dragon on 8 every game if they have the stage, because you get stage and Koala and Bello Betty as a searcher. So you're going to hit 8-drop dragon every game, and then you're going to follow it up with another 8-drop dragon every game. But yeah, that deck is definitely good. But if Roger is ever like a tier 1 style deck that people are worried about, like just play Koala. Like how is Roger ever going to beat Koala? Like you can't. You will take a bunch of damage in the early game, then they'll make you discard a million cards, and then you try and play your 10-drop and you'll go to 0. And then it's like, okay, well, not only do I need to draw my 10-drop, I also need to draw a blocker. Because if I don't have a blocker in play before I play my 10-drop, I just go to 0 and I lose. So I definitely think this deck is like better against a world where like Roger is a problem. And, Sabo is a little bit less so because you're more reliant on like attacking with dragon or whatever.
Question.
But still, they're both pretty good leaders. And like Koala's a nice deck where it's kind of metagame specific, but it does like guarantee that certain metagames won't exist. Like if we ever get into a metagame of like, oh, every deck is just trying to ramp to 10 drops, then you're just like, I'll pick up Koala and start farming some free W's of like, I dare you to play a 10 drop so that I can Nico Robin you and then hit you for 15.
Is there a world where technically you would play 9-drop Bonnie? I mean, in this deck?
That one only triggers if you have Egghead Leader.
Okay. I wasn't
the
sure.
yellow one,
like,
yeah.
Because, man, that would be funny. If you literally put up Dragon and then you can play that, you deal damage to them, and then you literally just crash, ruin their day. But yeah, no,
a card that is interesting that I might go into the deck, but I'm not sure how exactly you would make room, is the new 6-cost Secret Rare Sabo. It's like a 6/7 with blocker, and once per turn, you can activate its effect to give any character +2 cost and give Arrested Dawn to your leader. So it's like another 6/7 blocker that turns itself into a 8,000 power and also helps you be like a little bit more aggressive. But it's tough to know whether that card's going to be better than Nico Robin, because it feels like it probably won't be, at least in this deck specifically.
All right, so just final question. So where do you guys think the power level of this card is? Like out of a 5 star scale, like where would you think this would be? Like a 4-star? You think it would be?
Yeah, if we're talking about 5 stars, this is probably like a 3.5 to 4-star right now, where it's good, but the strong decks in the metagame right now are kind of not helping this deck be good, right? Like, again, the big giant red flag for this deck is Rayleigh. It's just like, if Rayleigh is popular, it's very tough to pick up Koala because, like, you have to curve out so good to win that matchup. It is doable, but, man, if they go second and have 4-drop into 4-drop, you're cooked.
But hopefully, maybe we get a black card that's similar, that's Revolutionary Army of Getsu. Then you could replace this, and you have something like Karasu where it just gets the cost bonus and still being that. That would be something maybe this deck wants from this.
Yeah, if the deck could get another good like 2 or 3 or 5, I think that would help a lot. But it's just like, it is a metagame call. It's not something that you can just take and be like, I'm going to take this to a tournament and do well. But if you make the right prediction and you're like, oh, I think Rayleigh is going to be gatekept by buggies running around, then you're like, okay, sweet. I'm going to take this. I'm going to stomp on some buggies. I'm going to poo-poo on some Luchis. and and that's how I'm going to get my W's. So it's kind of a nice, like, to me, this is part of the triangle of like removal, like aggro decks like Rayleigh and Smoker and stuff like that. Removal decks like Lucci, Blackbeard, that type of stuff. And then the like anti-removal decks. This is part of the like anti-removal deck of the rock, paper, scissors triangle of OP12.
Yeah, so it's like a weird twist on what purple would be most of the time, right? Because purple, like rampish decks and that kind of stuff, are usually at the top other part of the triangle, where they like they're really good into removal decks and they punish mid range piles. This is more what that would be. Yeah, because those purple ramp decks also often struggle with aggro matchups, right? And this is a similar thing. Yeah, as they should.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like 4 stars, like B tier, game meta dependent. If it's going to be better than that, the cards are really good. There's no busted cards. Like Dragon's probably the closest one, but there's no card that's like, oh, this deck's going to be insane because this 8-drop Mihawk exists. It's like Kuma is obviously a very, very, very strong card, and it's something that yellow decks definitely need. But there's nothing in here where it's like, oh, it's going to dominate the meta because this 8-drop Dragon's insane. It's going to be in the right time with the right meta. This could be an A tier deck, like absolutely. Is it going to be S tier? Probably not. I don't think it's going to ever be. It's not. No one's going to build their decks to say, "Oh, I need to deal with Koala." It's like Koala is like, "Oh, I can build this to maybe deal with Boogie, to deal with Purple Luffy, whatever it is." I think you can get away with that. So it's probably around about that.
So last quick question. So is this the 3rd best or the 4th best leader?
Of 12?
Yeah, of 12. Because it's not better than Rayleigh. It's probably not better than Zoro. Like those two. So is this between this and Sanji, which is a better deck, you think?
And this Sanji and Kuzan are all kind of close.
I forgot about Kuzan. I was only thinking Rosinante.
Like everyone going to Rosinante.
Man, I wish that was true, man. I wish that was true. I do hope they make that deck better, the purple yellow Rosinante. Yeah. I do like that deck, but honestly, it's really close for me. Like Kuzan is good, but Kuzan is like less. Kuzan is the type of deck that it's a very flat power level deck, right? It has a high floor, low ceiling type thing where it always does its thing. Its thing is pretty good, but not terribly broken. But Koala is the type of deck where like you can have some really good matchups, B, some insane draws. The draws where you go like Searcher into Hack, into Nico, into Dragon Nico, it's just like bleh. You just steamroll them because you have 7 cards in hand or 5 and they have 1 or 2. I think it is Koala. I do think Koala's 3rd. I think Koala is a little bit better than Kuzan. And I think
it's to say what Kuzan deck lists end up looking like. Because it's kind of locked. It's semi-locked to Navy cards, so there's very much a hard ceiling on that deck, and generic blue cards are not that good at the moment, especially top end. Like, there's nothing too crazy. You're like looking at Kaidos, and they have not been great for the past like 6 months. So by default, Koala probably is better going into the set, but I could definitely see a world where Kuzan decklist comes out and you're like, ooh, we've got something here. But right now, I would put Koala above it, yeah.
So we do need to get to the closing because he has to get going. So DeHapri, lead us off.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that ban list is next week because One Piece Day is the 8th and the 9th. So I'm really hoping that ban list happens because there's so many thoughts that I have about the OP12 metagame that I'm just like waiting for bans to really talk about and express and think about like what the metagame looks like, what people can play. But I do think OP12 really opens up like a whole world for people to test stuff, try stuff. And it really feels like we haven't gotten a full exploration of the OP12 format just because of the like, you know, the Bello Betty blue purple Luffy problem. But yeah, I'm still really excited. And I think if blue purple Luffy does get banned, I think that OP12 might go down as like one of people's favorites formats and favorite sets in quite a long time. Just because there's so much power and so much flexibility and so much interesting deck brewing. But yeah, I certainly hope you guys like this deck, and I'm looking forward to coming back next week and the week after that to talk about everybody with the OP12 meta. So, what are you thinking about for the upcoming week, Steven?
Yeah, just, you know, I don't know, it's like a broken record. It's waiting for those ban lists, isn't it? We're all eagerly anticipating a lot. I think we'll either be let down or very happy. Like, I think it's going to be real hard to kind of hit a midpoint in that. So once that kind of gets announced, I'll probably get a lot back into the game. Still been testing my Koala deck here and there. I think it's a super duper good deck. I'm worried about a little bit with the Zoro matchup, just slightly. I don't think it's not the best for Kalgara. But other than that, I'm looking forward to playing Zoro. I'm looking forward. I'll be trying to cook up a Kuzan list, I imagine.
Yeah. You can check out my tutorial vid. Wow.
What's the name of that video again?
Oh, yeah. YouTube.com/halfbreed. Shameless plug. Wow.
There we go. So I've got a nice easy guide on how to learn it and how to play it as well. That's kind of where I'm at the moment. Hopefully this time next week we'll have a lot more to talk about. Can be a bit more positive on the future. But how about you, Kevin?
So I'm doing great. So final thoughts. So definitely this deck feels fun. I like it. It's a pretty sweet deck in general. I think it's built pretty well. So if you're interested in playing the deck, be sure you pick it up. Like I said, the link is in the description. Should be for Halfbreed's other video when he breaks down his deck list, the card breakdowns and stuff like that. If you're wanting more for tutorial. I am kind of sad though the fact that the ban list is not here yet, just because I'm like they recently put the brand new cards on the sim, and I'm like, I want to play Roger. I want to play all these the PRBO2 cards. I want to try Katakuri, but I'm like, what's the point? Like they're like blue purple Luffy's still here. It's like it's not really testing, right? Because you're testing against a fake meta with cards that probably aren't going to be here in a couple weeks. So it's like it's one of those weird situations where I'm excited, but at the same time I can't really do it. By the time I am able to do it, I bet you the baby is going to be here and I'm going to be restricted.
Yeah,
so it's really going to be painful. But yeah, so make sure you want to come around. I will be testing out some of these deck lists. Of course, I might make videos for them. I don't know. I just probably edit out and remove all the blue purple Luffy matchups out of the videos because I mean they're kind of pointless. But yeah, if you want to come check me out on the stream, they're all links to the streams are in the description below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this this podcast around. We want to become one of the biggest podcasts for TCGs out there. So, and until next week, hopefully we'll see what time we get able to do it, since I'm going to be in the hospital all weekend with a new baby born. So we're going to try to get that figured out, but we'll talk to you guys then.